We don't have an intro to this podcast. Maybe we'll have one later.
Welcome back.
Hey, yo, what's going on?
Not much, you know, back at it again with this podcast, the
Yeah.
Film Crew podcast.
Yes. And I am Juan, who is part of that podcast.
And I am Gasper, the other half of this podcast.
And I've noticed you've been wearing hats lately. Is it because we haven't been getting haircuts?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I need a
I can't
haircut.
even remember the last time I got a haircut
I
because of
think,
this whole COVID going on. But I mean, I guess that there was a chance, but always take precautions first. So
yeah,
just got to be careful.
it's been like
So
half a year since I got a haircut. It's
yeah,
been pretty long.
and it's
No,
pretty wild. But I mean, you know, I'm the type of person that's trying to make this into a positive. So
yeah,
trying to watch more films when there's nothing else to do.
damn. And I'm the complete opposite because I've watched absolutely nothing since Christmas. I
Well,
think Christmas stuff is the last thing I've watched. Yeah.
well, for me, I actually saw a couple things. I know we weren't going to talk about it, but I'll just kind of throw it out there really quick. There's this movie, or I'm sorry, it's a documentary about
Yeah.
John Belushi, the comedian.
Yeah.
So
I
it,
don't
it,
know.
wa- it was really interesting finding out like where he came from, and he was just pretty
Yeah.
much a go getter.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty much just his life story.
yeah, pretty much, and then like how he got into like SNL and National Lampoon and stuff like that.
Oh, that's probably why I don't know him because of SNL.
Oh, you don't
Oh,
watch it?
no.
No.
I was like, who the fuck's John Belushi? Okay.
Yeah, he's probably the most prominent from like the 70s, like with
Okay.
Chevy Chase and Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd.
Hold on. I probably know his face, but not his name. Uh,
Okay.
Bel Belu Bel 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 Belugi
Belushi.
Belushi.
I want to say one of our teachers in high school used to had a picture of him.
Which one?
I don't know if we're allowed to say names on here.
Well. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I recognize the face. I just
Okay.
didn't know the name.
Yeah. So after that, I saw Animal House because I'd never seen Animal House before, and
The pigs revolting against the farmers. Was that it?
what did
I,
I
I
say? Did I say Animal Farm or Animal House?
oh, that's Animal Farm. Never mind.
Yeah, I saw Animal House, and it stars him and a couple more actors, and it's actually a really good movie. It's
Okay.
like having fun in college type movie,
Oh
like an
yeah.
American Pie, I guess you can kind of compare it to.
Damn. Sounds like a
So
pretty good ride.
yeah, it's really good. It's really funny. Um, but other than that, yeah, I didn't really watch too many other films. Um, I did on Friday. WandaVision was released, and
Oh yeah, I keep seeing ads for that.
went ahead and checked that out. They released 2 episodes. So I'm guessing the reason why is because they're 30 minutes each,
Yeah.
and the first episode really doesn't go anywhere,
Yeah.
and
I
the
could,
second episode kind of like drags you in. That's the
okay.
one that is like, all right, I need to wait for next week to watch the next episode.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen was their I Love Lucy skit of
Yeah,
like
so that was the first episode, and then the second episode was like a play on Bewitched,
okay,
another classic sitcom.
right.
So yeah, it's really good. It's really different from what uh Marvel has released,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's really nothing like it. I mean, you can only compare it to what it's playing homage to. So
Yeah.
like I Love Lucy and Bewitched so far, and
And then the
yeah, it seems
original
like
one.
it's gonna
Like,
get a lot crazier.
yeah.
So I'm waiting for next episode.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's like a lot of like TV show skits, right? So it goes
That's
from
what it seems like. It seems like each episode is gonna focus on a famous decade, like a famous TV show from each decade.
yeah,
So the
Everybody Loves
50s, 60s, and
Raymond,
then
fucking
70s, and keep and then
right. Married with Children with Al Bundy being Vision being Al Bundy, and yeah.
so yeah. I mean it's on Disney Plus, so I know you say you don't have subscriptions to that, so
No, but I still have their stocks. I love Disney. I just don't watch Disney stuff. I have stocks in Disney. Please support Disney and only Disney.
yeah.
Nothing
But if
else but
any
Disney.
of our listeners have Disney Plus, I definitely recommend uh, going in with you kind of got to know where Marvel was left off
Yeah,
with like
yeah.
Avengers Endgame to understand what's going to happen with this show and for the future. Um
Which sucks because I didn't watch Endgame either.
that that was really good actually. That's a good movie. It's a good conclusion to their three-part
Yeah,
or part
yeah,
3, I guess. Part
yeah.
3 of their MCU.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I didn't watch Endgame because I think the week it got released, it got spoiled for me. Because
Oh.
I don't remember what game I was playing, and someone in the chat was like, "Oh yeah, this, and this happened." And I was like, "Oh well, fuck you. I'm not gonna support MCU anymore just because you ruined it for me."
Well, that's kind of like what we're doing here, though, right?
Oh yeah, well, oh,
We're spoiling a lot of stuff so far. What is this? Our
disclaimer.
is
We're
this our
gonna do,
10th episode?
huh?
Is this our 10th episode?
Who knows? Ninth, I think.
9 or 10?
9 or 10. But
Hmm.
it's one of those things where we've been reviewing movies that have been released like a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
Like way before 2020, 2021.
Right.
Endgame got ruined the week it got released. So I didn't have that grace period of,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna watch it next week
Right.
and I'm gonna have a good time. It just got yeah. So it's like, well, great, thanks.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, they ruined Game of Thrones for me too. I wasn't gonna watch season 8 because I heard it was shitty. But
Well, yeah. So I guess you kind of got saved there in a
yeah,
way.
yeah, I win. I think.
Yeah, I actually tried rewatching from season 1, and it's so good. Like
Yeah,
the first few seasons are so good that you can't really watch them because you
yeah.
know how it ends, and it ends so bad.
Yeah, I
So
think season 6 I started losing interest, and then
yeah,
I kind of just watched it because I was too invested, and everything happened, and I got fucked over. So that's
well,
it.
I mean that's like even with like movies and stuff, like they're just a doorway to a fantasy, and that's what makes you know
Yeah,
it fun, like
right.
what we're doing, watching films and reviewing films. That's what makes it so fun because
Yeah,
it's like you know a doorway to a fantasy, and like it's just fun to talk about. And I think
right.
yeah, like you're saying, you invested your time so much into the Game of Thrones, and you just needed to kind of like
Got fucked.
continue it.
I got fucked. I invested my
uh
time just to get fucked. And that got fucked again because they got ruined, and
Yeah,
now
so
he's
you got
dead.
spoiled, or someone spoiled the a bad ending for you.
Yeah,
So that sucks.
yeah, it's double whamming. Hey,
There's
who's that?
actually some really cool news about this guy right here.
Who's that? That's Leatherface.
Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a poster released not too long ago for a new movie that's going to be coming out this year.
Again,
Don't know when yet.
probably Halloween.
Maybe
Probably.
Halloween, maybe the summer. You know, it's always fun watching horror movies over the summer.
Yeah.
When there were movie theaters open, but yeah.
Now we're kind of just sitting here
Yeah.
fiddling with our thumbs.
The poster is actually really cool. It's a face.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
not sure
nice.
what exactly is going on there, but at the very bottom of that face you can see like the original Leatherface
Oh yeah,
swinging
you
his
showed me
chainsaw.
that.
So I guess what people are speculating is that this is going to be kind of like what Halloween did with their most recent Halloween, and just
Oh,
make it a direct sequel and have it like 50 years, set in
yeah.
the present time. So, I mean, it worked for Halloween, so I wouldn't see why it wouldn't work for, all the other slasher movies.
Yeah.
So, pretty excited about that one. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fucking sounds exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, speaking of MCU, because if you haven't noticed, Leatherface isn't actually he's an actual MCU character.
Pretty much everybody and anybody's an MCU character,
Yeah,
especially with them opening up their multiverse,
yeah,
which is our topic for today.
the greatest multiverse ever. Fucking Malcolm in the Middle. Hal, the greatest Marvel character.
Hal being just one universe's Bryan Cranston, and
Yeah,
another one being Breaking Bad.
and another one being Captain America in another universe where Hal becomes Captain America.
But let's get serious now.
Yeah,
So we're talking about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man multiverse. That's a good multiverse.
So
Spider-Verse. Multi-Spider?
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Now it's the Spider-Verse. So yeah, from all these rumors, I think we've talked about a couple of them throughout the most recent episodes. But it seems like this new Spider-Man movie that's going to be released is going to be pretty big. You got a lot. You got pretty much, the OG Tobey Maguire coming back as Spider-Man. You
Okay.
got the middle Spider-Man, Andrew
Andrew
Garfield,
Garfield.
and you got the new one, Tom Holland.
Damn.
So I mean, I guess our topic for today is Spider-Man versus Spider-Man versus
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
With Spider Pig and Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane and who the other fucking ones. I don't remember.
What is the name of that movie?
Uh, it's Spider-Man into the multiverse, into the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah. Is it called Spider-Man? I'm kind of blanking on that one.
You're talking about the Miles Morales one, right?
Yeah.
The Cartoon Network one, yeah. The cartoon one that came out.
Yeah.
It's Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay, but it is called Spider-Man?
Yeah. And you're talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 or
No, I'm talking about what are they? I don't even know what Marvel's calling them right now. Spider-Man, just Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3. There's no title for it, but it's gonna be the third Tom Holland movie,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
gonna have just almost everybody you can think of from both or all three universes.
Yeah, cause I think they're making the cartoon fucking sequel to Into the
Yeah,
Spider Verse in 2022.
yeah. So they're making that one, and they're making a Spider-Man 3 for Tom Holland
Damn,
or with Tom Holland.
that's a lot.
So
That's a lot of Spider-Man movies.
I mean, yeah. Do you have a preference on which Spider-Man
Uh,
is
I-
better? I guess.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even remember Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I know
Okay,
he's Spider-Man. I don't. I just don't remember any of his movies.
right.
Tom Holland. I think probably the better one, just because I would. I don't know. I don't know. It's probably because he's still new to me,
Hmm.
so I might like Tom Holland because of that.
Right.
Uh, I don't know why people hate on Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man too much.
I
So
guess I can kind of throw in my opinion
right.
on that. So we never really had a Spider-Man movie until Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then you have Spider-Man 2, which is a super fantastic film with
Yeah.
Doc Ock.
Yeah.
But then for some reason, Sam Raimi decided to add, I think, too many characters to Spider-Man 3. So he
Okay.
had to deal with Sandman, Venom, and I guess the new Goblin, I guess you can call him.
Okay.
It is James Franco's
Yeah.
character. So I don't know what exactly you call him. I guess it's the new Goblin, the new Green Goblin. I don't know. And I mean, if you compare all three films, the first two only have one main bad.
Yeah.
In this in the third movie, for some reason they decide to do three, which
Yeah.
makes no sense. Sandman is such an important character, and Venom is like his like rival.
Right.
So to put on top of that another character, it makes no sense. That I think that movie was rushed, and I they should have saved one of those characters for the following movie if they would have made
I
another
I
one.
I I don't remember. Were they setting up for a Spider-Man 4 or
I think Spider-Man 4 was in talks already,
yeah.
and they were gonna have Mysterio.
Oh my god. Okay. So because I don't remember much about Spider-Man 3. All I remember was the stupid ass fucking walk sequence that
His little
included
dance.
the yo, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that was definitely unnecessary. I mean, yeah, having the Venom suit, the black suit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it does change your personality,
Yeah.
but
It
it
amplifies it.
wasn't that part wasn't needed. I
Yeah,
mean,
duh.
you could that could have
Yeah.
been.
Well, I'm dancing
I
with
feel like,
them.
yeah. I
That
feel
is
like
so
that whole
stupid.
sequence could have been cut out, and it
Yeah.
still would have worked of him being like a jerk.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Was it funny? Was it like somewhat cool to see like uh Peter Parker as
No.
that type of person opposed to who he actually is? Yes, maybe, but it didn't work with the flow of what the movie was trying to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was kind of cringy though. That's all I
yeah.
remember. So I don't remember if they fucking took out fucking James Franco Goblin or Sandman or
I
if they
mean,
put
that movie was released in 2007, so
yeah.
we can spoil it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
uh,
fair game.
yeah, James Franco's Goblin ends up dying. I think
Okay.
he sacrifices himself so Spider-Man can defeat Venom,
Okay.
and he does
Okay.
defeat
So
Venom.
that works.
And Sandman kind of just Sandman and I think in the comic book Sandman is kind of like driven
Yeah.
by his daughter, because I think his daughter is sick, so
Yeah.
he's really just trying to get money to pay for her, like, the hospital and stuff.
Right.
Um, so I think his character kind of has like a happy ending. He kind of just like drifts off into the air, and Toby or Peter Parker, Spider-Man, just lets him go.
Yeah.
So I mean that was a cool moment. Um,
So
James Franco's Goblin, didn't make any sense. There was no need for that character.
right.
And then Venom was kind of a waste, because Venom is such a strong uh, character or
Did
bad
they
guy.
do the Flash bit? Because I think Flash becomes like their sequences matched, and that's when he became actual Venom or some bullshit.
It's Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie Brock becomes Venom. So it's it's played by Topher McGrace, which you might know him from That 70s Show.
Oh my! Wait, hold on. That fucking Foreman?
Yeah.
Foreman's fucking a jock? Absolutely not. I refuse to believe that.
Yeah.
Foreman though.
So
That can't be right. I'm looking this up.
so
Foreman.
yeah. That might have been another reason too. Like, that casting is a little off.
Yeah.
But yeah, while you're looking that up, just jumping into, they never made a fourth film, unfortunately. I find Sam Raimi to be a terrific director. He actually worked on the Evil Dead trilogy.
Dude, fucking Tom Hardy should have been the fucking. They should have.
Well, Tom Hardy was only started playing Eddie Brock after the success of the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, I think. Yeah.
But oh my god, dude. This guy, fucking Foreman, is a jock? He doesn't even look like a jock. Like,
So
I don't want to talk shit.
I'm not too familiar with the character of Eddie Brock, but I know for sure he's a photographer, and he goes
Eddie
up
Brock?
again. Yeah, he's a photographer.
Okay, that's
You might be thinking of two different characters.
I'm thinking of two different characters.
I think you're thinking of Flash Thompson and Eddie Brock.
Isn't in the comics, isn't Flash Thompson Venom?
I don't remember if he ever becomes Venom.
I don't know. Because if he's a regular photographer, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But
yeah, he pretty much starts competing with Peter Parker.
Yeah,
at the Daily Bugle.
That makes a little bit more sense then, because I don't see Eric Foreman being a. Maybe it's because I just see him as Eric Foreman.
Yeah,
I don't really see him as a football.
Going back to talking about Predator. Robert Rodriguez directed a movie of Predators, and he also plays like a criminal. I forgot what his actual role is. Topher McGrace.
Okay.
And yeah, it's the same acting. He couldn't. I don't think he was ever able to like walk away from the Eric Foreman role.
Yeah, it's kind of like fucking Kelso. Like every time I see Ashton Kutcher, I kind of see like
a little bit of Kelso.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because there's also another movie directed by Spike Lee. It's Black Klansman.
Yeah.
And Topher McGrace is also in that movie, and he plays the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
I don't see that.
He's it's pretty much Eric Foreman with the mustache. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of actors out there that that weren't able to walk away from their biggest roles.
Yeah.
So
Kind of sucks because
yeah,
now
there's
it's
a lot of
pretty much
missed opportunities when it comes to actors.
yeah.
Um, but jumping to an actor that's, in my opinion, hasn't really been stuck is Tom Holland and his
Yeah.
Spider-Man, his two Spider-Man movies, with the third one being filmed actually.
Just filmed.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's a. In my opinion, he looks like what Peter Parker would look like.
Yeah.
Tobey
A high
Maguire
school
looked like a 30-year-old man trying to pass off as a high school kid.
But he was he in high school? I think he graduated, right? He was in college and then
In
in the Spider-Man.
in Tobey Maguire,
Yeah.
I think he starts off in high school, and then in the second movie or something, it's like he's in college,
Okay.
something like that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Tom Holland really looks like what Peter Parker should look like, in my
Yeah.
opinion. He acts like it and everything, and I think he's a fantastic Spider-Man.
Right.
And in the first movie,
The
he
first
goes up
movie.
against Michael Keaton as the Vulture,
I don't remember. Oh yeah, I kind of remember.
and that was really cool.
Yeah.
The only thing that the MCU is doing is that they're connecting a little too much to Iron Man.
Yeah.
With the Spider-Man villains, which Mysterio, which is in the second Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland.
Yeah.
He was also screwed
Right.
by Tony Stark, and yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool way to connect the characters, but at the same time, Spider-Man in the comics is such a relatable character because
Yeah.
he relates to, like high school kids. He
Yeah.
relates to adults like later on,
And
and
now he's like
now it's kind of like, oh, the only reason Spider-Man is fighting these villains is because it's getting passed on to him from from Iron Man.
Yeah.
While like these characters, majority of the Spider-Man characters were created from science, and Spider-Man had to deal with it himself. Like there was no like there was no cause and effect.
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, I guess. Well, I mean, yeah. You know what? It is unrelatable. I think Tom Holland becomes less relatable to high school kids, but it does have some cause and effect. I think Tony Stark really liked Peter to the point where I think he wanted him to like work for him, like
right,
up when he gets out of high school. And then when when did that come out? When did End War come out? Fucking
Endgame.
Oh my god, dude! What is wrong with me today?
I think Endgame came out in 2019.
Okay, so when the things happened, I think, well, because obviously, fuck, how do I say it without completely ruining it? Well, I mean, it's been 2 years, right? So
we're going on to 2 years. I mean, everyone knows what happens in Endgame.
Okay, well, Tony Stark dies.
Well, that's when we start losing viewers. That's it.
I you know what? I won't. Oh, Jesus Christ! I didn't ruin everything. I just ruined one like major.
You mean the ending?
Yeah. One major arc. Because Tom Holland, fucking what's his face? Peter Parker. He's fucking devastated. So obviously he sees um what's his name, Tony Stark in a high light at the same time when I can definitely spoil this. When the reverse happened, Tony Stark was also really upset. So they were pretty close. So I can see Tony Stark like giving his everything to what's his face, Peter.
Yeah.
How many how many movies did I run?
About 5.
About
No,
5.
wait, no, about like 22.
Okay, I ruined
from
every.
from Iron Man to Endgame.
Jeez, wow, I'm a scumbag. It's okay because it's been 2 years and everyone's been talking about it, so it's okay.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, this new Spider-Man movie. I mean, so the first Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland came out after Civil War,
Right.
and then the second movie came out after Endgame. So now we're pretty much in a we're pretty much where Spider-Man is starting the MCU back, Phase
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have WandaVision, like I said, is gonna somehow connect to Doctor Strange,
Yep.
and then now should connect to Spider-Man.
Right.
So Spider-Man is finally becoming the more prominent role that everyone kind of wants him to be.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why back in 2000 they chose Spider-Man to be.
A high school.
No, I'm sorry. They chose him to be kind of like the comic book movie to
Yeah.
make, because he's so relatable to everyone. So I feel like this new movie is gonna be probably the best Spider-Man movie.
Out of.
In my opinion, I think they're just getting better and better.
Yeah.
The first one was good. The second one was better, and I think this one is just going to be the best
And
so far.
if you've noticed, we haven't talked a single. Uh, we haven't talked at all about Andrew Garfield, and
Yeah,
that's
I kind of jumped ahead.
yeah. I don't remember
um,
shit about that.
yeah, I guess I can give a quick synopsis about it. So the first one, I mean, starts off the same way. You know, Uncle Ben gets killed. Uh, he becomes Spider-Man, and
Ruined.
his first enemy he fights is the lizard,
Yep.
which is pretty really cool. He defeats him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ruined.
Gwen Stacy's dad
Oh my
dies.
god! Actually ruined.
So they what I liked about it is that Mary Jane is not Peter Parker's first girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's actually Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
So that's what I liked about Andrew Garfield's movies. So that's pretty much what happened in the first one. The second one, you know, he the big bad is Electro, played by Jamie
Yep.
Foxx, and Gwen Stacy dies, with
Ruined.
by a comic accurate death.
Yep.
He actually kind of like tries saving her, but in
Yeah. That fuck. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man because that shocked the shit out of me.
yeah
I was like, fuck. I expected it, but I was like, God,
yeah that
God,
was super comic
so
accurate.
close.
I was waiting for that moment
Yeah.
when I first saw it in theaters, and I was just like, well, they did a good job.
He
But
almost saved her too. That's what
yeah,
got me. Less than a millisecond should have survived, but he missed.
yeah.
Damn.
So I don't know why they didn't make a third film
I think
for this one.
poorly whatchamacallit?
Reviewed.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like the movie. I like where they were going with it. They teased the Sinister Six, which is like
Yeah.
probably the best story arc for Spider-Man, and unfortunately, they never made it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, going back to this new Spider-Man movie, it seems like that's what they're gonna end up doing. It seems like they're gonna combine the Spideyverse or the Spider-Verse with the Sinister Six. So
Yeah.
they're bringing back a lot of the the bad guys from these older movies, and I guess gonna somehow combine them from different universes to
Right.
make the Sinister Six. And I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Uh,
be nice to see.
I think we said from like the first episode, second episode of this podcast that I'm a big fan of comic book movies. You said you not so much,
Not so much.
but they work.
Yeah.
Instead of going to the comic book store and picking up a comic, all you got to do is watch the movies now.
Yeah. And the great
And
thing is Disney is doing it so well. Actually, Disney is actually good. And it's not even a joke. Disney is pretty fucking good. Even though they're a corporate conglomerate, they are still really good at what they do.
yeah, so yeah, I'm all for this movie. Um, hopefully it doesn't become what Spider-Man 3 did, like with their
They're fucking
too many
the,
too many
the
too
dance,
many
the
enemies
dance.
and whatnot. So I think it'll work. Um, it's in good hands,
Yeah.
and yeah, just super stoked about all these like rumors,
Yeah.
which there's been kind of like some breaking news. Um, actor Charlie Cox, who famously played Daredevil in the Netflix Daredevil, actually finished filming for the Spider-Man movie recently.
Damn, so he's gonna be in it.
So whether he's Matt Murdock or Daredevil or both, I mean, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Like to see Daredevil on the big screen
Yeah.
in the Spider-Man movie. Like I said, I'm all for this movie. I don't see this being a big upset.
Yeah.
What is kind of crazy is that normally a movie kind of fits within like you know Marvel movies kind of fit within the 2 hour
Yeah.
range, and with all these characters, I don't see that
Yeah.
working. But
Right.
I mean, it's Disney, it's Marvel. I'm sure they can do it.
Yeah, Disney is pretty good. Disney is good. And
um,
we should talk about a little bit about the greatest Disney Spider-Man TV show, the Amazing Spider-Man, the cartoon, right?
is that Disney? It is Disney, right?
I'm
I
gonna
think so. 1992 animated series.
no, not the the Disney Plus. Is it the Amazing Spider-Man that came out like 2000 and something TV show? The the animated series that no, not the 1994 one. Because it came out. Fuck, I'm panicking. Disney
Yeah,
XD.
I'm not too familiar with
Is it? Oh, it's not the
with
Amazing
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. It's the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it.
Is it? That can't be right. It's not Ultimate Spider-Man. I know about that show just because Deadpool is in it, and it is the
Okay.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Pretty good show. It's Disney XD, because again, Disney knows they know what they're doing.
You know, you know that Disney, they know what they're doing. You
Yeah,
know why?
because they're good.
Because they announced that Deadpool 3 is going to be rated R in the MCU.
Thank you. That's a fucking good play. That is a fantastic play. I can't believe Deadpool 1 and 2 weren't rated R, were they?
They were heavily rated R.
Oh, I thought they were PG-13. Either way, it's still a good play. Even if
Yeah.
they were PG-13 or not.
Yeah, they were super rated R. Yeah, because they weren't under Disney for the first two films.
It was
They
Fox,
were under Fox, yeah. So after Disney acquiring Fox, I guess that was the big question. Like, are we gonna, bring down Deadpool to PG-13, so that it can fit into the MCU? But they announced that Deadpool 3 is gonna be rated R and still in the MCU.
Damn,
that
that's fucking good.
that's gonna be pretty
That's
wild.
That makes me excited for Deadpool 3.
That makes me excited for all the other Marvel projects from this point on.
Now we have to wait for Fantastic Four.
Which was also kind of like teased about, and
You think it's gonna be in Disney?
Fantastic Four, yeah, for sure it's gonna be in Disney. They announced so many TV shows slash movies, and yeah, Fantastic Four is gonna be, I think, what's gonna open a lot of doors as well for Marvel, for the MCU.
I just really hope that who has Fantastic Four right now, Fox or Sony?
It was Fox, and then after that, after the Disney acquiring Fox,
Yeah.
it's now under Disney.
Okay, so we should expect a Fantastic Four movie next.
Yeah, a good Fantastic Four movie.
An
Let's put
actual.
that. Let's put that in front.
What Fantastic Four had a movie prior to Disney? What? I don't remember this.
I think it's 4 movies. I think there's
know.
80s one, and then
Fan 4 stick and Fan 5 stick, was it? It was some fucking stupid ass fucking.
Yeah, I think you're right. Fan 4 stick. Yeah, like it made no sense under the way the title looked.
Too Fast, Too Fantastic. God.
Yeah, you got anything else about Spider-Man?
No, that's about it. I'd like to see Spider-Man work with Deadpool, because they did.
I mean, it seems like that's gonna happen at this point now, which is gonna be really cool.
It's nice to see all the Marvel characters together under one fucking TV conglomerate or fucking movie conglomerate.
But with that being said, before we end this episode, there's one more thing that I gotta talk about. There's this little movie from, based off of a little video game called Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, there are many movies on Mortal Kombat.
In the 90s they tried to make 2 films, one titled Mortal Kombat and the other one Annihilation.
Yeah, fucking stupid.
I mean, the video games are such highly praised that they even like the 1992 Mortal Kombat looks better than what Annihilation tried doing.
Yeah.
And so this one, they released a couple images, or a couple new images of a couple characters. So you got like Liu Kang and Kung Lao.
Yeah.
Quick scene of Sub-Zero.
Right.
And Scorpion. And it's produced by James Wan. And if you don't know James Wan, then you guys got to watch more movies. He's the director of Saw. So there you got your gore.
Yeah.
You got your he directed the first 2 Conjuring movies.
Okay.
And I think produced I think almost all the Insidious movies.
He made a lot of movies.
So you got the frightening there. So you got your gore, you got your frightening, and then he also did more recently Aquaman, and then there's your action. Those 3 combined, I think Mortal Kombat's gonna work this time.
It could work. Mortal Kombat 1 kind of worked, and then Annihilation came and it made me want to break my TV. Terrible.
So what the first Mortal Kombat movie did, it did what the video game did. It had a plot where it's a tournament and you win, you defeat evil.
And you save the day. Yeah.
Yeah, the second movie just kind of rehashed what the first movie was about. Which I mean, the first two games of Mortal Kombat kind of do that already.
Yep.
You know, Shang Tsung is the big bad. Then you find out that there's this guy named Shao Kahn who's a conqueror.
Yep.
So, but there's just something about the second movie that doesn't work.
Yeah.
So,
You know what did it for me though? What did it for me was Sonya Blade's whole story arc was to save Johnny Cage from dying or saving him from his spirit from the spirit realm or fucking shadow realm, Yu-Gi-Oh. And by the end of the movie, she completely forgets about it. So her
yeah,
entire arc was meaningless. And
yeah,
I can ruin this movie and sleep better. I I have no regrets ruining this movie.
well,
Her
if you
arc
go,
was useless.
yeah, if you go watch that movie, you kind of ruin it for yourself.
Yeah, you're gonna hate. I hate Mortal Kombat just because of that movie. I don't play Mortal Kombat anymore just because that pissed me off so much.
And I think that's going to be our next topic for the next podcast episode is the video game curse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just to kind of give you a background, there hasn't really been a movie that's based off of a video game that's 100% good.
Gonna take my microphone off. Sonic.
Didn't see it. I mean, it was gonna be bad. I mean, I remember when they first released the trailer with the original art for Sonic, and everyone
Cringe.
hated it. And then I mean, that was a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
Sega decided, all right, well, we'll listen to you guys, make him more video game inspired, and you know, put that out, and it worked.
It worked.
So,
Thank God.
from the sounds of it, it seems like you got to listen to the fans,
Yeah.
especially when it's a video game.
Well,
But I mean, like I said, we'll get into that next episode.
yeah.
But
You know what? You know what? Spider-Man the game was pretty good. The PS2 one, because I don't have the PS4 version. That's all I have to say.
the Tobey Maguire inspired one,
Yeah.
the PS4 one I heard was really good.
Yeah, I couldn't play it because it's only PlayStation exclusive.
Oh, okay.
Can't get it on Steam. So that's kind of annoying.
But yeah, other than that,
Yeah.
oh, is that the question though? Is a video game inspired by inspired by a movie better than a movie inspired by a video game?
I don't think this one. If you're talking about Spider-Man, I don't think that counts because it's Spider-Man is comic book inspired movie inspired video game.
Right.
They
Yeah.
have a lot of story to work with, and mechanics are pretty simple.
I guess that makes sense. Well, with that being said, I think we're.
I'll put my microphone back. That's all we got.
I think that's all we got. So hopefully you guys like our opinions on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man.
I mean, I guess I can do a little shout out for myself, bringing back my YouTube channel.
Ah, yes.
And gonna really focus on video games on there. And hopefully you guys can check that out. Other than that,
it's what is it? Guest bar _ the _ creature.
correct.
Okay.
So yeah, I got one video that corresponds to my topic for that channel. So check that out.
And I'm not gonna announce my YouTube channel yet, but it's coming. I'm working on some stuff. But I will announce our Film Crew podcast channel, the Film Crew podcast. No, not podcast, just the film crew. And we have stuff planned for that as well.
And if you guys forget, we do also have an Instagram at Film Crew 7. And yeah, we post on there too, you know, letting you guys know what our big news is. And we have a Twitter at Crew Film, so check us out on there.
Yeah.
And with that being said, you know, I guess our big news is that we're gonna be filming short films.
Yeah. Probably for
So
my channel and or probably for a film crew channel.
So-
Yeah.
so yeah, so kind of, you know, that should be coming soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm Gasper,
And I'm Quan.
and once again, we're Film Crew, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you later. Break, because I don't know how to record.
We also don't have an outro either. We'll probably have one soon.